Hi, I'm Joy Carmody, one of your candidates for the Board of Trustees here in Leisure Village. As many of you know, I was elected to the board 4 years ago, and I served proudly, first as the secretary of the board, and then 2 years as vice president. While on the board, I served as liaison to the administration committee. We spent many hours working together to formulate policy to ensure the correct verbiage went into every page of the LVW handbook, ensuring clean delineation of all village rules and regulations. This is a very conscientious group of people whom I greatly admire. I also was liaison to the Community Service Committee. That dedicated group of people organizes groups and clubs and also oversees many amenities. While there, I suggested a few ways to assist residents obtain help when they needed help with food supplies. Many of the members of that committee volunteered to help me personally by assisting our neighbors obtain the food and necessities to make life easier. No formal action was taken at that time, but now I'm pleased to see that the board recognizes the need to assist neighbors by forming a food pantry. The committee that I spent most of my time devoted to was the Architectural Committee. I have to tell you a short story regarding how I joined that group. About 9 years ago, when I first moved here, I came home to see a hanger on my doorknob saying I had an illegal fence on my property. I immediately called the association office, and it seems the screen around my air conditioner was the problem. I wrote a few emails and finally appeared at a board workshop meeting to try to keep the screen around my unsightly air conditioning unit. I was then directed to ask for an ADR. This group mediates problems between the association and residents, and even residents questioning other residents. After that interesting day, I was invited to attend the Architectural Committee meeting to plead my case. And if I may say so, I dazzled that group with handouts. That was the teacher in me coming out. And I even bought 2 actual surrounds for the air conditioner unit. I did a pretty good job, and I was invited to join the Architectural Committee. And now we can all have screens around our air conditioning and heating units. So you see, one person can make a difference. I enjoyed visiting residents while on that committee and giving out permits, addressing concerns of our neighbors. During that time, I learned a great deal about our village. I heard so many wonderful things, but I also was made aware of some of the things that residents wanted changed. Soon, I joined the parking committee to help solve some of the problems besetting residents regarding areas of concern about the lack of parking. I realized that what I wanted to do was be a part of the solution for my neighbors, and I decided to run for the Board of Trustees. I worked diligently to prepare for workshop meetings and was forthcoming with my opinions and concerns. After taking a year off, all I have to say is, I'm back. Working for you to address our concerns is quite fulfilling to me. Addressing some concerns and solutions, such as the suggested compliance officer, to help us follow the rules and regulations of our village as set forth by the bylaws, the master deed, and the handbook, is greatly needed at this time. While heading an energetic group of people on the technology committee, we learned that our own front steps is used in other associations for requests for maintenance. This could free up some time for our clerks in the office and will give us all the ease in requesting service for our units. I would like to continue to work to find other businesses to rent the rest of the commercial space we have. I, along with another resident, canvassed many business owners. I even coerced one of my friends to accompany me to other locations. Now, we have a deli moving into our area, servicing only Leisure Village residents. I'll always serve our community, but I feel I would be more effective as a trustee. I want to work for you to ensure your days here in Leisure Village are all that you hoped for. I will once again be your voice on the Board of Trustees. If you vote for me, I'll work for you. Thank you for your time, and be well, Leisure Village.
I want to introduce myself. I'm Mark Kosebniak, a candidate running for the Board of Trustees. My wife Kathy and I moved into the village in December 2017. I worked in sales and engineering at A.H. Harris & Sons in Fairfield, New Jersey as an account manager. I sold concrete forms for bridges, tunnels, warehousing, airports, roadways, and marine construction. I did takeoffs and estimates from contract drawings as well as project specifications. I attended Newark College of Engineering in Newark, New Jersey, Passaic School of Drafting in Passaic. I was honorably discharged from the U.S. Army as military police. I was a two-term councilman in Elmwood Park, DPW Commissioner, Personnel Committee. I served as president of the Coral Reef Condo Association in North Wildwood for 3 years. I'm a past commander of the American Legion, Post 147, Elmwood Park, New Jersey, a member of Post 129 in Toms River, New Jersey. I'm a member of St. John's Church in Lakehurst on their security team. I'm a member of several clubs in the village. Over these last few years, this place seems to have changed. In my opinion, not all for the better for all residents. The board does not seem to have the residents' best interest in mind. The more residents I meet and talk with all seem to have issues with the quality of service now being displayed. While talking with many residents, I've listened to complaints. Some are long-term, some are more recent. Riding through the village, I see units with mildew down the sides of their units, along with others that need painting. The overspending needs to be reeled in. There can be inter-fund transfers toward needed expenses, not necessarily increasing monthly fees. Similar to the $190,000 moved from roads to roofing recently. Another concern should be a walkthrough check every 2 years or so. The owners can convey any issues they have. Future parking is an ongoing concern. Take a right turn at the first street after coming in the Route 70 gate and marvel at all of the off-street spaces available. There are other streets and courts that can be handled in a similar manner. It is a good idea for the board to list upcoming work projects with a total price and allow owners to have a vote on major projects. Not all owners want some of the major work done before the houses are repaired. These are some of the things currently on owners' minds. Just basic upkeep before we continue down this road of major amenities and higher monthly fees. In closing, I would appreciate your support in electing me to the BoT. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Patricia Keating. I was born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. After retirement, I moved to New Jersey in 2004. I've been a professional pianist and music director for many years, and I continue with my music career to this day. I am a retired New York City police officer. I served on the force for 20 years. My career included many aspects of law enforcement. In addition to patrol, I was an administrator and coordinator of all correspondence, communications, police statistics in Patrol Borough, Brooklyn South, and at the Chief of Patrol's office. I worked directly with superior ranking officers for many years. Due to my role and responsibilities within the department, my supervisors relied heavily on me on a daily basis. I worked in many different details during my 20 years in the NYPD. These details ranged from investigations, recruitment, driver training specialist, firearms instructor, and Special Forces Division, especially during my years at Ground Zero. The range of my jobs within the police department demonstrate my capabilities to adapt to many different, dangerous, and difficult situations. As far as my education, I received my bachelor's degree from Brooklyn College, and after retiring from the NYPD, I continued to further my education in business and received my master's degree in business administration, my MBA, from Grand Canyon University. Retirement has enabled me to provide entertainment to numerous adult facilities, senior centers, community theater, and religious institutions throughout New Jersey, as well as the various clubs in Leisure Village West. I, along with the other new candidates running for office, all have the same concerns about our village, and any choice is a winner. My motto forever is truth, honesty, integrity, and perseverance. Never forget to love one another, and may God bless you all, and God bless America. Thank you.
Hi. By now, I hope you have read the Election Committee's announcement and seen the flyers in Leisure Fair, Encore, and Willow Hall. You notice that my flyer is pretty sparse. This is intentional because I prefer to talk with you. We live in a very large village and with almost 2,700 homes, and not everyone can know everyone. I want to tell you about myself and why I am running for the Board of Trustees. I am a wife, mother, and grandmother. I am a second-generation homeowner here in the village. My parents were original owners in Encore. They would drive down from North Jersey every other week to watch their house being built. They were so excited to know that when they moved in, they would have a lovely home, great grounds, and nice amenities. They said it was almost like living at a hotel and going to camp. When my husband and I moved into our home, we were both working. I was commuting 1.5 hours each way, so for almost 2 years, I did not get to go to camp. Once I retired, I started doing things. I learned bocce, played tennis, I was using the pool, trying ceramics, taking a baby yoga class, and joining a club or two. Life was calm when we first moved in. But in 2012, Superstorm Sandy hit New Jersey. Then I really learned what living in our village was all about. We were very lucky with limited physical damage, but it was apparent there was no way to let residents know what was going on, how everyone was doing, and how the village really made out. As soon as it was safe, the trustees got a group of residents to go around checking neighborhoods and neighbors, and that became the volunteer ENC. We ensured neighbors were safe, and working with the staff, checked on our environment and buildings and grounds. It was that I was one of over 250 volunteer reserves, working for everyone. No politics, no neighborhoods, just concerned for our neighbors' well-being, their health and welfare, and I saw volunteerism at its best. I knew about the village's long-standing volunteer groups, Helping Hands and Viston, which sets a very high bar for helping others, and the volunteer-run aquasizers. Over the years, new volunteer ventures cropped up, and some didn't continue. I worked with the Garden Angels, which was created to help less mobile residents keep their 5-foot area in good condition. But it went by the wayside. Other volunteer ideas have become resounding successes. The Butterfly Garden, chair volleyball, the farm, the dog park, Sticks, the village garden tour. Recently, volunteers on the board's ad hoc committee found the incoming deli. And right now, another group of volunteers is developing the food bank. Our clubs, all volunteers, supplement recreation with activities and events and programs. And of course, the trustees are volunteers too. Between 2011 and 2018, I was on the Welcome Committee, first as a greeter and then chair. I created the first version of our club's pamphlet. As a member of the Election Committee, I chaired and supervised hand ballot counting before electronic counting was introduced. I also helped revise our election protocols to meet regulatory and statutory changes. More recently, between 2020 and 2023, I was a member of the Administration Committee, and now I serve on the ADR. But I am on hiatus as I am a candidate for your board. Once I volunteered for board-appointed committees, I got to see the real diversity of our community. I have met residents with different backgrounds, life experiences, interests, and points of view. While some clubs are like silos, the board committees are diverse. Continuously, I have found that this is a community that thrives on respect, concern, diversity, and volunteering. In my prior life, I was an active volunteer in my community. I served on the Fairlawn Board of Education for 2 terms, one of which dealt with school closings, truly a divisive and hot topic. Working on that school board provided me with experience making tough decisions, setting policy, and giving direction to professional staff. As the law librarian for the U.S. Attorney's Office, District of New Jersey, I ran 2 libraries, supervised staff, handled budgets, and served on 2 National Department of Justice committees. I have worked with litigators, with researchers, with pragmatists, and with financial officers and supervisory administrative personnel, all in a professional setting. As an active and aware resident here, with my personal and professional experience, I am prepared to serve you as one of your trustees. As a self-managed HOA, the association oversees the community and recreational facilities, as well as the common elements of the association through its professional staff. Managing the village, its needs and wants, takes a balancing act to ensure that needs are met and wants are carefully considered. Trustees do not work in a vacuum. I think the current morning coffee with the board is a terrific idea. It gives you, the residents, the opportunity to informally talk to board members and to let them know what you like and what you don't like, and to talk about ideas you may have, or just have coffee. I wholeheartedly support formal town hall meetings. They are excellent opportunities for the board to communicate what the board is concerned about and what action the board is considering. I wholeheartedly support formal town hall meetings. They are an excellent opportunity for the board to communicate what the board is concerned about and what action the board is considering. With a town hall meeting, it gives residents a formal avenue to discuss the chosen topic with a real Q&A, not a one-off at a board meeting. As a candidate for the position on the Board of Trustees, I have a vision for the future. I know we must maintain our property values and make sure we can be part of a competitive housing market. We must spend wisely and provide our professional staff with the tools for proper maintenance and management of the village. Soon we will have to make decisions about our television service. It's in the master deed. And we will also have to address our internet needs. The board develops a 5- and 10-year plan anticipating these needs and wants, and will plan for this type of change. I look forward to being part of that kind of long-range discussion. While I can anticipate some issues which will have to be addressed by the board, I cannot foresee the future. A perfect example was the 2021 collapse of the Surfside condominium in Miami. Who knew that this was going to affect us? And now the association must meet an unanticipated expense as it has to fund an engineering audit and capital reserve study under the New Jersey law S2760 A7384. Until we have the projected costs, I believe we have to be prudent about any out of the ordinary cost of business expenditures. We are very proud of our reserves. Kudos to the Finance Committee, volunteers again, and all of our boards and residents. Our reserve projections and the reserve accounts have served us well. I believe they will continue to do so. When it comes to board actions, I can promise you that I will take into consideration all the known and relevant facts before I make any decision, and I will ask questions about emergency funding requests during work sessions. Those who have worked with me know that I have integrity, that I do my homework, that I am open-minded to other perspectives, and while I stand on my positions, I can graciously accept alternate decisions. I am honest, I work hard, I'm a good listener, and I am practical and sometimes too forthright. Thank you for taking the time to watch all the candidates' videos, and I also want to thank the Election Committee and the KLV staff for this production and opportunity. I care about the village. This is my home, and I want it to evolve to meet the needs of current residents like me and future residents, to continue to have a strong reserve system and to remain a place where you can have the time of your life. I hope you will be able to come and meet with me at one of the scheduled meet and greets on July 17th, July 28th, and on July 30th. Or if you see me in the village or ShopRite or BJ's or Costco, please say hello. And when you cast your ballot, vote for me, Roberta Klotz. I will do a good job. But whatever you decide, please vote. We need to have a quorum. Thank you for your time.
My name is Louis Mayoko. Let me first extend a warm welcome to all residents tuning in today and to our new residents who have come to us for the first time for our trustee elections. Thank you and good luck to all the candidates who have chosen to run for our LVW Board of Trustees. Isn't it great that we have our own KLVW-TV stations in our community to broadcast internally, especially the important issues like this Board of Trustees? Thank you to all the KLVW staff for your timeless dedication in bringing vital community information and other fun shows and movies to our residents. For those who are unaware, a synopsis of my professional resume is available via the tables provided at Willow Hall, Club Encore, and Leisure Fair. It is my pleasure to provide you with a brief introduction bio from my personal life to begin this video. I am Italian-born and emigrated at a young age with my parents to America. We settled in Newark, New Jersey after passing through New York for processing. At that time, I did not know any English, nor do my parents. It was a struggle learning the English language without the benefits of translation assistance in order to be able to learn my academic lessons. However, with determined persistence, I thankfully succeeded in that endeavor. As noted on my professional resume, I attended Seton Hall University in South Orange, New Jersey, where I earned my Bachelor's of Science degree in accounting. I went on to enjoy a progressive career, as noted in my curriculum vitae, until my retirement year in 2015. My wife's mom, unfortunately, became ill with Alzheimer's dementia, and we spent approximately 10 years caring for her and then her dad. By the year 2013, both parents had passed away. We were living in upstate New York at the time, but did not have any family in that area. So we found ourselves at a crossroads in our life facing retirement. We chose to move back to New Jersey, where 3 of our 4 children were still living. The 4th one, being in the military, was stationed in Maryland. By this time, we already had 5 grandchildren. Now we are up to 10, and number 11 is arriving next month. We were no strangers to HOA and condo rules, as we had both been on several boards while living in the HOA communities throughout our years together. Kathy's parents and grandparents lived in original Leisure Village in Lakewood, New Jersey, so we knew this area very well. We chose LVW in Manchester for its beauty, fabulous clubs, and numerous other amenities. We also knew that the return on the monthly maintenance fees could not be bad after doing our due diligence. We are a very young and sports-minded couple, while always remaining in tune to the needs of everyone. Since moving to LVW, we have met several fantastic people, and we have formed meaningful relationships with many. We have enjoyed being a part of many clubs and being involved. My extensive business experience afforded me the pleasure of dealing with many diverse individuals and personalities throughout my life and career. I consider myself fortunate to have been recognized both in business and my personal life for my leadership skills and my many accomplishments. My ability to continually be sympathetic to the needs of all while making my decisions based on analytical information that is made available to me at the time, so that I can desire to make strong quality decisions. While I realize it's hard to please everyone all the time, favoritism never enters into my decisions. Throughout my career, and as a prior member of LVW BoT, I have always, will continue, to analyze all information before making final decisions on what I believe would be best for the interest of our community and the majority of residents, while endeavoring to keep our village progressive, safe, and financially solvent. Of course, it's always a team effort, and I fully understand there is no I in team. I respect all individuals and their opinions, even if they are different of opinion of mine, pertaining to the topics being discussed or in question. In closing, I thank all residents for your past support and for your continued anticipated respect and support going forward, should I once again be elected to serve as a representative on our Board of Trustees. We hope that you will take the time to get to know me professionally and personally. I welcome any questions you might have regarding my background and will answer all questions to the best of my ability. Thank you for your consideration in voting for me. Louis Mayoko.
Hello. It's my honor to declare my candidacy for another term as a member of Leisure Village West Board of Trustees. As you know, we are a common interest community. Our property is burdened by servitudes requiring property owners to contribute to maintenance of commonly held property or to pay dues or assessments to an owners association that provides services to the community. Maintaining these shared properties or common areas is the responsibility of the board. An association's governing documents dictate what the board must do. The board must also uphold certain fiduciary duties and make decisions which are in the best interest of the association. This work ultimately serves an overreaching purpose to maintain property values. The Board of Trustees, in turn, expects homeowners to meet their financial obligations. They expect residents to comply with rules and regulations. They expect residents to stay informed by reading materials provided by the association. The board is expected to conduct meetings in a positive and constructive manner. They should receive support and constructive input from residents. My perception of what makes a good board member includes all the above, as well as several definable qualities: trust, honesty, respect, willingness to listen, as well as a thorough understanding of finance. Let's start with finance. After being on the board for the past 7 years, I do understand how our budget is made up of reserves and operating accounts. As costs increase in everyone's pocketbook, the board reviews all the income and expenses. The board is always looking for ways to balance that income and expense. When compared to other senior villages in the immediate area, LVW is the premier community. We offer the most services for our dollars. Written in our insurance contract, for example, is a guarantee that if our ratables are below 20%, the increase will be held to 6%. After gathering with other 55-plus communities in our immediate area, we know that many of their increases went as high as 19%. By the way, in my 7 years on the board, this was the first such gathering that invited all board members to participate. There's a fine balance between keeping maintenance fees in line and updating individual homes. We spent close to $2.6 million this year on updating and maintaining individual homes. Here are just some of the expenses for the current year. Siding, painting, power washing, $31,000. Roofing, $810,000. PVC trim replacement, $380,000. Cedar shake replacement, $120,000. Concrete driveway replacement, $60,000. Vinyl siding, $20,000, and partial labor costs, not including benefits and taxes, $435,000. Please come to the July 24th budget meeting here in Willow Hall at 1 p.m. to get a full explanation of the budget. The budget is developed first by management, then by the Finance Committee, and then by the Board of Trustees. At each stage, every penny allocated is examined and re-examined. While specific salaries and contracts are not available to the public, summaries of those expenses or incomes are available. Call and make an appointment with the accounting department. A copy of the budget will be available at the budget meeting as well. To help alleviate the time it takes to get repairs completed after opening a ticket, next year's budget includes adding one additional person to the maintenance department. There is a misconception that we have continued to downsize the staffing. That is just not true. We add manpower as budgeting allows. Remember, every $30,000 spent is a dollar in your maintenance fees. After saving monies in the reserve accounts for almost 50 years, updating the community amenities was given top priority in the goals and objectives for the past 4 to 5 years. These updates are paramount to attracting new home buyers to Leisure Village West. These updates did not impact any work to maintain the homes. The money has been accruing for years and is not affecting current or future budgets. When a board is willing to reach out to other residents for ideas and concerns, together we can all better the community. At the beginning of my presidency, I asked board members to join me on the first Saturday of the month for coffee with the board. This event allows us to talk and listen to the residents regarding their concerns and ideas. The ideas and concerns are discussed in the next workshop or presented to management for a resolution. Board members should not be on a pedestal, but should be accessible to everyone. With the support of fellow board members, our one-on-one discussions are always respectful, informative, and given our full attention. I also believe in bringing residents together to solve problems and develop new ideas. For example, this year we set up an ad hoc convenience store committee, tasked with researching and looking for someone who'd be willing to operate either a food establishment or a convenience type store. They found a prospect willing to build a deli type store. That store should be up and running very soon. A town hall regarding parking produced some creative ideas to add more parking for residents. It was clear that residents wanted the rules better enforced. It has not solved all the issues, but hopefully the changes we made are an improvement. Another resident group formed a food pantry committee. Bringing this service to our residents is in progress. As many of you know, I can be brutally honest. If you ask, I will tell you my thoughts. This is not meant to be disrespectful, but to be transparent and honest. I will listen to your thoughts and will in turn express my own. I will not call you names. I try very hard not to raise my voice. And lastly, I do try to find a compromise. My work on the Board of Education in Manchester School District has been very successful, and all the training I get from that is pertinent to my understanding of being a board member at Leisure Village West. I believe my presidency has reduced the volatility between the board and the residents. I would like to continue this trend and ask for your support. In the future, we will need to continue to be conservative on our spending while maintaining our beautiful village. Reaching out to our creative and generous residents may provide creative ways to further update the community. Requests for updating the dog park, adding shading to the pickleball courts, and turning some common areas into wildflower gardens are just some of the ideas expressed by residents that deserve consideration. Let us work together in the future. Please vote for Faye Weinstein. I'm listed last on the ballot. Thank you very much for your time and consideration and support. And remember, it's the time of your life to have the time of your life.